Hello, I'm Jeremy Bell and I'm the head of IT and Computer Science here at the Nobel School. So we have two courses in the sixth form and I'll just outline both courses and where I think their strengths are and what might suit you best. So first we offer the OCR A-Level in Computer Science. So that's academic study of the software and the hardware components that are used in computers. We study topics extending onwards from GCSE, where you would have learned about unsigned binary numbers. We now look at how you can store negative numbers, how you can store floating point numbers in binary. We also use an assembly language simulator so that you'll get experience of writing, analysing, debugging and understanding very low-level programs. It's quite a different challenge to writing in high-level languages, but it gives you a real insight as to how the CPU and memory work together. For most of the course, we'll use Python, but we also included in the specification for the course, there's HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and SQL. And just interestingly, SQL is currently the #1 in-demand skill in the UK for any kind of jobs. We assess the course with 2 exams and a coursework project. The exams cover computer systems, the structure of the processors, how data is represented in computers, and how logic decisions can be expressed and then simplified to make them more efficient. The second paper is all about algorithms and programming. Popular searching and sorting algorithms from GCSE are really extended now because you get to learn the code or the pseudocode for those algorithms. We also learn a range of shortest path algorithms. So I think those are particularly interesting because it'll give you a real insight into the programming of a sat-nav. And lastly, 20% of the marks are for a project. But this is really different to GCSE. You get to choose what you want to do the project about. So you research it, you code it, you test it, and you write about it in considerable detail. And you do that using the latest agile development methods, so taking the development and break it down into very small parts. I think although it's 20% of the project, of the course rather, I think that's a real big chunk of where you'll develop your skills, where you'll learn to stretch your knowledge yourself by your own research and experimenting. So I think that's a really interesting part of the course. So the A-Level, in a nutshell then, I think it's a great course if you want to extend your coding skills and really learn in depth how computers work. So the other course that we offer is an OCR Cambridge Technical Diploma in IT. So this has quite a different emphasis. This is really looking at how computers are used and IT is used in the real world, what jobs are available and what skills are needed, how computers are used by organisations, and how data is collected, managed and organised. And as part of the emphasis on the real world and employment, your courseworks that you'll do in year 2 will all involve external clients. There are 2 exams, again, like the A-Level. They cover the fundamentals of IT, the hardware for computers and networks, how information is passed over the internet, and how to troubleshoot common problems in a structured and professional way. The next exam is in global information, and that looks at how data is collected, managed, distributed, assessed, and then used by a wide range of businesses. The coursework that we do in the second year, the modules that we cover include one called the Internet of Everything. That's a really sort of latest technology unit, looking at connected devices that extend the capability of the devices by connecting them to the internet. So for example, in lockdown, a physio could carry on working with someone because they would have sensors in some socks that the physio had provided. And they could then broadcast through the internet, and so the physio could see remotely how the person is actually walking by using this connected device. For that unit, you get to pick a device and try and find ways that it could be extended. And we get some staff in from GSK, a local company, from their IT department, and they do a very friendly version of Dragon's Den to assess what you've designed. Now, the remaining 2 coursework modules are both building up to creating a website for a client. But the emphasis is not just on creating a website. You've probably done that lower down in your school career. It's about working with a client to understand what they want and for you to prioritise what they want, to then suggest enhancements, to manage it in a professional way, to plan the project, to make sure that you document the project and you document with the client what you're going to do. So really the emphasis there is to understand what to build for a client, not just that you build a very professional website as you're going along, which of course you will. So I think that course is good if you want to work in IT, but perhaps you're not so keen or enthused about coding, or maybe not so keen about the finer details of inside a computer. But there are so many other jobs that course can lead to. An IT specialist who's skilled in working with customers, as you would be at the end of this course. You could be a web designer, a support technician, network managers, data analyst, or lots of other careers. So I think that in our sixth form at Nobel, we've got 2 very interesting options for IT and computer science. So I hope that you'll enjoy at least one of those. Thank you.